is your girl, Joell Regal, chiming in for another vlog. This time I am going to continue on with the Overcoming Insecurity, what I guess could be called series. My last vlog was about my first tip to overcoming insecurity, and a lot of people have asked me about how I overcame my insecurities enough to start vlogging, and so I said, well, you know what, I should start vlogging about that. So my second tip is, drum roll please, accept yourself, flaws and all. Yes, one of the best ways to overcome self-doubt is to not doubt your flaws, because a lot of times that's really what creates insecurity. Not every time, but a lot of times, most definitely. And if you feel so flawed and hate those flaws, it becomes debilitating. So what I did early on my journey of self-discovery is I acknowledged the fact that I was created as I am. There are certain aspects of myself that I can't help. It's just the hand I was dealt. And then there are some aspects of myself that I know isn't right, or that I am supposed to change or do something about. And so I started deciphering, okay, what is something that is technically, in my opinion, not a flaw, but just something that makes me different, and what is something that is actually a flaw or a problem that I have that I need to work out. When I started asking myself those questions, I started embracing all of me, because even the things that, you know, society may consider a flaw, but God created in me to be beautiful, I embrace that. So it's no longer a flaw. And the things that I can admit, okay, I do need to work on that, or that's something I do need to change, well, then I started working on it. So even in that, that's empowering. Like, I'm not gonna look down on myself because this is something that I'm actually addressing. So that eliminates self-doubt in a lot of areas, just by simply determining what is something that needs to be kept and what is something that needs to be done away with. And the things that we can't do away with, well, then you might as well embrace it. You might as well love it. You might as well own it. It's not a flaw. It's a characteristic of who you are. And that could be physically, that could be as far as personality wise, you know, so many different ways. Oh, the sun is kind of going down. But anyway, so I'm gonna tell you something that my doctor told me a long time ago, and it stuck with me, and I never forgot it. Dang, the sun went down so fast. Like, this has only been going for 4 minutes. Like, the sun went down that much in 4 minutes. Well, speed up or something? Anyway, maybe it's gonna come back out. Maybe it's just the clouds, but I don't see no clouds. Anyway, I'm getting so off subject. My doctor told me this a long time ago. He said, when it came to dating, and yeah, me and him, we used to have those kind of conversations. He's retired now. He told me, he said, you should never feel the need to change for someone, because there's somebody out there who will love you for those very things that this person despises. So you should always be you, because you never know who wants that very you that you are. And I never forgot that. And that, I think that's true, not just in relationships, but just in life in general. Like, you have to own you, flaws and all, because you never know how that may work in your advantage. And you have to, you know, use discernment to know what's a flaw, as in, to me, even imperfections are perfect. But there are certain aspects of ourselves that we need to work on, that we're here to evolve, we're here to grow and become better people. It's the whole point. And so that's not to say, oh, if you're an asshole, you should stay an asshole because somebody, you know, the world needs more assholes. No, that's not to say that. Because I actually know somebody who would take it that way. But no, it doesn't mean be a bad person and it's okay to be a bad person. It just means that what you may consider a flaw, it's not actually a flaw. It's just a characteristic of you. It's something that makes you different, and you shouldn't try to get rid of it. You should embrace it and magnify it. And that's the very thing that the world actually needs. I think I've said this before in another video, that if you don't do you and be you, then the world is going to have a void in it, because everybody is here to play their part. Everybody has a role to play, and if you don't play it, then we're missing something. We're missing you. The world needs you. So even what you consider flaws, dissect that and see, is it really a flaw? Is it really? And you'll find that it's probably not. It's just an aspect of you that may be different. And screw what society says. Who has the final say? And that's you. You and God. So don't believe the hype. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, and trust all of you. Every bit of it. And even what needs to be changed, embrace that as well, so that you can change it. It still goes back to you accepting you just as you are and making changes from that point, instead of making changes from insecurity. You're going to be a lot more fruitful in your efforts, I promise you. So that's all I have to say about that today. Thank you all so much for listening and watching, and for all the positive feedback. Please keep the positive feedback coming, because I really do listen to it, and it encourages me to keep going. And I'm here to encourage you to keep going and to love yourself and to be you. And that's how we scratch each other's backs. Like this video if you actually like it. I don't need no faux support. I'm okay with you not liking it. That is perfectly fine with me. You have that right. And subscribe. Please subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to know when I drop another video. And hit the bell on the side, because that's the only way you're going to be notified when I drop a video. So yes, peace out, y'all. Till next time.